All right, what is up? Instagram, YouTube, all y'all people. Today's post about self-love, I figured I'd make a video of it because I've just been posting pictures. So, nice little change up. It's real hot and sunny out here in Austin, so I've got a hat with a bandana combo. Anyway, I'll make this quick and short, and I'm hoping that this is a message that would maybe clear some things up for a lot of people, but it's definitely going to clear something up for me, and that is how I got paid the other day from my job, and I checked my bank account. I had some money in there, and I immediately realized how, like, there's a switch in my brain that goes, oh, we have money, everything is okay now. But also, the stress in my body and the anxiety that I've been feeling, you know, when money gets low and I'm like, well, I have to pay my rent and I have to do this and I have to do that and I need food. Like, all that stress and anxiety just like alleviated. And like my body and my mind felt amazing. And so when you combine the two, right, that's, I'm not a science major, but physiological, I think is the word, when something affects your body and mind, or it affects your mind in a way that your body reacts, something like that. If I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. But noticing how my entire body felt differently as soon as I saw a little bit of money in my bank account, like really, and this is something I've known for a minute, but it really just like cemented it for me, especially right now during this month of July, that how attached I am, right? Not just like emotionally to money, because right, like I feel better when I have money, but also my mind and my body are different. I feel less stressed. I feel less anxiety. The worries and like I said, the physical stress in my body and the mental stress in my mind like lifted. And so what that tells me is like all of the trauma that I have around money and the thoughts I have, like if you have money, then you're this type of person, or if you don't have money, you're this type of person. How all of those things like converge. And I can't just like, you know, snap it away and make it go away and not matter. But the first step for any kind of trauma or you know, emotional attachment is noticing it happens, right? And I know that this happens. I've known for a very long time that I have this very bad relationship with money, just based off how I grew up and hearing, no, we can't do this and we don't have enough money, and being homeless and having the lights turned off multiple times, not knowing where my next meal is coming from, like all those things. And I've been trying to, as an adult, like get away from that. And like one of my biggest fears is that like one day I just run out of money and I get kicked out of my house and I'm on the street homeless. Like being homeless is like my worst, for me, is my worst personal fear, because it's something I've been so close to my whole life, and like watching my parents struggle to like have us not be homeless, right? There's 5 of us in my family, five kids, and just watching my parents struggle to have us not be on the street was just like, what that showed me was like, this has to be the worst thing possible, because my parents like are fighting tooth and nail to never have us experience this. And we gotten pretty pretty freaking close. And you know, definitely God's been all up in that, protected me and whatnot. And I guess the point to close this is to say, though it's easy to notice like something going on in your life, or notice like, oh, like I get really angry when I hear about this certain subject, or this type of thing makes me really sad, so I avoid it. Noticing those is the first step, and the second step obviously is taking action. So my challenge to myself and all of you who are watching this is to ask yourself, what's the next step you're going to take? So when you are uncomfortable with a certain topic, when you're feeling a type of way and you want to avoid talking about something, you want to avoid discussing something, going deep, like notice that comes up for you, and Like, if you want to live your life this way, then go ahead and ignore it. But if you want to make an actual change, right? I don't believe that, right, by tackling this issue, like, it's magical and I'll never struggle with money again. But what it's going to do is help me realize why I feel the way I feel about money and how I get to stop letting it control me, right? And what that entails is gratitude every day, whether I have money or not, remembering that doesn't define my worth. It doesn't make me a good or bad person. Like, money is not morality. There's no moral standing with it, right? Having money doesn't make you a bad person and doesn't make you a good person. And the opposite, like being, whether you're homeless or you are severely low income, or even if you're like middle class, whatever, that doesn't make you more good or more bad. There's just, money is just a tool to help you get, the things that you want. If you want to be a more effective person, right, you need more money if you want to be more effective, right? Think of having like a tool case. If you want more tools to do more things, you need the money, right? But that doesn't make you a bad carpenter or a bad mechanic if you don't have the tools. It's just like, okay, I have all these skills, I just cannot express them in the way I would like because I don't have the right tool for the job. So think of it like that. That's how money works. If there's wind in this video, I apologize, but I'm trying to stand in a non-windy area. It might rain, so I might go home. But my point is, so how are you going to change your life? How are you going to tackle the big fear or the big stress or anger or anxiety that you have around certain subjects? So for me, it's money. My next step is to write down two lists. One list is how having it makes me feel. And the second one is how not having it makes me feel. And I guess I could do a third list, but this one wouldn't really be a list. It was probably like a journal or something, just talking about, do I want money to control me? And I did an exercise like this a long time ago. My coach encouraged me to write money a letter. So I wrote it like, Dear Money, and I said how I felt about it. I wrote, all the emotions it made me feel as a child. I wrote how it makes me feel now. And that was super, like, I don't know. Lethargic isn't the word. It made me feel really, like, released. Maybe it is lethargic. I don't know. I felt a release of, like, emotions and stress and tension. I want that for you. Whether it's money or, maturity, whether it's a certain family member, whether it's, whatever topic that you're dealing with, whatever personal issue, remember that it doesn't control you. It doesn't make you a good or a bad person. It is not moral. It is just what it is. And that you have the power to respond when that emotion comes up for you, right? Money will probably make me feel really helpless or really powerful for the rest of my life. Maybe. It might do that. But in spite of that, I still get to acknowledge, wait a minute, I'm feeling stressed right now. Or I feel really happy because I have money. Let me calm myself down, remind myself who I am. Because it doesn't get to change who I am. It doesn't get to change who you are. I will end this video here. I think I'm rambling now. But that's the point I want to get across. And I love you, everyone that's watching. And thank you for tuning in to my journey of self-love. And if you're watching this on YouTube, here's another fear that I'm having is, like, this isn't about fitness, but in a way, right, having something debilitate your body, right, is sort of health and fitness, right? It does with your health. I'm not going to edit this. It is important to your mental, physical, emotional health, knowing how certain things affect you and your body. So it is about your health. This might not be about push-ups or getting a bigger chest, but knowing the certain traumas that cause you to change who you are and how you show up is really, really important and deep and can affect you physiologically. All right. the rain is picking up. It's about to be a storm, so I will let you go, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.